Friday, October 23, the day after payday for some people, actual payday for others, and mere days before the formal payday for a few. You get the drift. Little cash, major expenses, tips for stretching that dollar later, plus tackling the issue of missing children. Government in action. Hi there, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Another must-watch edition of Jamaica Magazine is in progress. News you can use is coming up next.
The JIS Heritage Poster Competition is here again. If you are an artistic teenager, the JIS Heritage Poster Competition is just for you. All registered secondary school students are eligible to enter. All you have to do is this: complete the entry form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Then create a poster using images provided in the picture resources on the JIS website. And the topic? A moment in the life of a Jamaican national hero. Ensure that your poster is no larger than 11 inches by 17 inches and keep a copy of your poster. Posters will be judged on interpretation of the topic, originality, and presentation. Now for the submission details. Upload computer-designed posters using a cloud storage service such as Dropbox, SkyDrive, or Google Drive. Mail or drop off illustrated posters at the JIS head office or Montego Bay office. Deadline for submission is Saturday, October 31, 2015. So come on, unleash your creativity and win lots of prizes. For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374-026, extension 2137-2023, or email heritageposter@jis.gov.jm.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Friday, October 23. The Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining is continuing to build Jamaica's research capacity in the medicinal ganja field. On Thursday, Portfolio Minister Philip Paulwell issued a third permit to Timeless Herbal Care Limited to cultivate medical marijuana and carry out research and development. He encouraged the US-based firm to move quickly to establish its research facilities here in Jamaica.
You do have the right mix of experience and personnel who have a history of research in this area, and it did enable us to feel confident that your research work will be done expeditiously. So congratulations, and we are looking forward to frequent updates.
Early this year, 2 other permits were issued to the University of the West Indies and the University of Technology.
Both institutions have already apprised me that they are working full steam ahead to ensure that the permits are fully activated. So we expect to be getting frequent updates from the institutions on the research work that they do.
Minister Paulwell says the Cannabis Licensing Authority's work to promulgate regulations for commercial operations should bear results soon. The Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, has been surpassing its lending targets as it continues to provide tangible support to micro, small and medium-sized enterprises and other sectors. DBJ Chairman Joseph Matalan says in the last fiscal year, the organization funded investments totaling $28 billion, which was 13% above target.
In supplying credit of $4.3 billion to micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, putting us 36% ahead of the targeted $3 billion and representing well over 9,000 individual loans to MSMEs.
56% of the DBJ's loan portfolio was for MSMEs, doubling the target of 28%. 62 new businesses were also assisted by the bank. The DBJ also facilitated privatizations and public-private partnerships, which saved the government billions of dollars.
A target of $50 million was set, but it was significantly exceeded with actual cost savings of some $345 million Jamaican dollars annually, a result in particular of the successful divestment of Windalco.
The Ministry of Health says it has no evidence of Zika virus cases in Jamaica. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Marian Bullock-Ducasse made that assertion in response to claims by a medical doctor that she treated cases of Zika recently. The St. Catherine Health Department has reportedly made contact with the doctor, who is to provide the requisite information in a few days. The ministry says it will review and determine the need for lab testing once that information is provided. In the meantime, Dr. Ducasse points out that Zika has very similar symptoms to dengue and chikungunya, and so a conclusive diagnosis may not be possible without lab tests. She adds that Zika is a Class 1 notifiable disease, which means that by law, doctors are required to report any suspected case to the Health Ministry within 24 hours using the prescribed protocols. Dr. Ducasse says the ministry has not received any such report but continues its heightened mosquito control activities island-wide. The Ministry of Education has partnered with a financial institution on a project to inspire school teachers and administrators to become passionate about being transformational educators. The project, dubbed Conversations for Greatness, is being executed by the ministry in partnership with the Joan Duncan Foundation, the philanthropic arm of the Jamaica Money Market Brokers. It will engage school leaders in a number of exchanges with motivational speakers, as well as business and civic leaders to improve their own leadership skills.
I commend the Joan Duncan Foundation. I commend more and more of the financial institutions in Jamaica who are recognizing that a robust interest and participation, partnership in education not only is connecting them to the history of the greats of our past, but also it's good business.
And finally, the Prime Minister, Information Minister, Jamaica Information Service and wider media family came out yesterday to pay last respects to veteran photojournalist Michael Shaw. The 40-year veteran photographer was remembered for his easygoing, polite and fun-loving personality while executing the highest standards of photojournalism. JIS CEO Donna Marie Rowe urged those that gathered to follow his example.
Cherish your loved ones. Try to make wrongs right. Don't have up people. Let it go. And let us live good with each other.
Meanwhile, Reverend Asta Carlyle, who gave the sermon at the funeral, urged Jamaicans to shun selfishness and embrace the community spirit.
We have to put off the selfishness and the me-ism of our age and engender the spirit of neighborliness and contribute meaningfully to the lives of each other. Let us be watchmen. Let us be watchwomen who will set standards for how our communities will operate.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.
The JIS Heritage Essay Competition is here again. If you're a primary or preparatory school student aged 9 to 12, you may enter. Write an essay on the topic, A Day in the Life of My Favorite National Hero. Ensure your essay is 400 to 500 words. Include a title page and list of references, with JIS being one of the sources. And submit the essay using the application form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Deadline is Saturday, October 31, 2015. So start writing your essay today! For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374026, extension 2137 or 2023, or email heritageessay@jis.gov.jm.
The government takes the issue of missing children seriously. Different agencies have been working together to effectively utilize the Ananda Alert system. More on that initiative next.
13-year-old Brittany Bradbury is missing. She was last seen along Spanish Town Road in Kingston. Brittany is slim, has a dark complexion, and is about 5 feet 2 inches tall. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a dark blue blouse and blue skirt. While speaking with Fairway News, Brittany's mother, Simonia, had this message for her daughter.
I want Brittany Bradbury to know that Mommy loves her, and I want her to come home back to Mommy and Daddy. We are begging you, please, to come back home. We need you, we love you, we're not going to hurt you. We want to try and make things work for you.
Fortunately for Simonia and her family, Brittany was found. She's among the 9 out of 10 missing children who are reunited with their families each year. Now, we see these stories as they play out in the media and often wonder what has become of these missing children, not knowing the army of agencies that work overtime to rescue them. The Office of the Children's Registry, OCR, is the agency responsible for coordinating the safe recovery of children who go missing. The OCR collects data on and refers cases of child abuse to the Child Development Agency and the Office of the Children's Advocate for investigation and action. In addition to training search and recovery personnel, the OCR has partnered with the Library Service to disseminate information on missing children.
We have signed Memorandum of Understanding with the Ministry of Transport Works and Housing in terms of collaboration with the JUTC buses.
But the most important tool in its arsenal is the Ananda Alert system.
As soon as a parent cannot account for their child's whereabouts, then they are able to make a report to the police station or to the registry by calling 1-888-PROTECT. And an Ananda Alert is then activated and a risk assessment done to determine if it is a case where it is very high risk or the risk is more minimal. At that point, if the report is received by the registry, within 30 minutes of receipt it is dispatched to the corporate communications unit and the missing person monitoring unit, and from there the interactions and investigation will begin.
Once confirmed with the local station, an immediate release is done and this is sent out.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force also has other branches that are active participants in the search and recovery efforts. They include the Corporate Communication Unit, the CCU, the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, and the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA.
The Police 119 Emergency Center plays a big role because what they do, they take this information and further disseminate it through the police network. So all police formations and divisions are made aware of this missing person.
Once a child is recovered, the work of the team doesn't end. The next step in the process is restoration.
Once a child is located, then we do a follow-up in counseling and social intervention from the Child Development Agency. If we do have issues with the Ministry of Education, specific schools that wanting to take back that child because the child would have been out for a period of time, we do work together to see how we can get back that child to continue their education.
The Child Development Agency plays an integral role in getting to the root cause of why the children go missing in the first place.
It is going to be important that we hear what is happening, and first of all is to address the situation that could have caused them to think why they want to leave the home, why is it that they don't want to return, and how is it that we can prevent such occurrence.
Though the team working to return missing children to their homes or a place of safety have recorded several successes, their work is still unfinished. Amendments have been made to the Child Care and Protection Act. Harsher penalties have been prescribed for persons who murder, rape, and commit other serious violent offenses against children. And the child abuse cases will be fast-tracked in the court system.
Work is also underway for legislation to be passed to create a new offense of parental neglect. When this comes into effect, a parent whose child is found in circumstances consistent with inadequate parental care and attention can be charged and tried for parental neglect.
Even though missing children are still a stain on our country, Jamaica now leads the region in reports and bringing back children. And we've brought back 9 out of every 10 children who have gone missing.
That achievement is strengthened with the implementation of a case management system which allows the OCR and the CDA to share information through a web-based system. The system also tracks children's development in the child care system from entry to exit.
We have developed our first search and rescue protocol, in which we have developed over 3,000 protocols for missing children. The dissemination has been going extremely well. We have disseminated to all our children's homes, all the schools that we have visited for school tours, and we're going to be continuing to distribute those 3,000 plus search and rescue protocol.
The JCF has also been making moves in child care and protection with the introduction of the Stay Alert app.
This sends alert to persons who are utilizing the Stay Alert. So you get an immediate alert that someone is missing the area, all that information that you need along with the photograph.
All of these initiatives, however, will bear no fruit if you and I don't get involved. If you know or suspect that a child is being abused, act. Call the police, call the OCR, or message the JCF on its new app. The care and protection of our children is everybody's business.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
So it's a month end. Not month end in the sense of October 31, but month end as it relates to the pay cycle. Some persons have already been paid, while others will receive their remuneration in a few days. How can we maximize this limited hard-earned cash? Check this out.
Everyone in the marketplace has their own sales pitch, but it's up to the consumer to determine the best value for their money. And even as you do that, you have to practice the art of saving. We'll be telling you about some of the things you can cut back on, if not eliminate from your shopping list.
It's the season for the bling, even on fairly utilitarian things like phones.
You might not get added benefits or added features, but because the phone has an aesthetic and a kind of, I don't know, status symbol, you might want to buy that phone. But think about it as a necessity and as a tool, and you probably would choose not to.
So it's useful to narrow down what to buy by determining if it's a need or a want.
That's the largest business now in Jamaica. The fact is that you don't necessarily have to bottle your water. You could buy a filter and put it in your kitchen and take your own water to work or school.
Another option is to boil the water. Some people just can't do without it. But instead of buying a cup every morning, you could get a percolator and brew your own coffee at times. If not,
that can run you a good $300. If you add a little bagel or a little cheesecake, that's running you $500 easily. So that's a big saving right there as well.
Then there's the issue of vehicle maintenance and gas. Service your vehicle when it is due to avoid severe car problems in the future. Check your vehicle regularly and observe the road code to avoid getting tickets for violations. You can also save on petrol by being more selective about when and where you drive. Design your routes, carpool with a neighbor, co-worker or friend, and stay off the road if there's nothing important to get done. Okay, so there are certain fees that cannot be avoided, such as fees associated with a loan.
You need to shop around. Find out the banks who are not charging fees that are expensive and who charge the least amount of fees, and maybe that's the bank you should be doing business with.
On the other hand, there are certain fees that can be minimized. Budget the amount you'll need for a particular period of time and limit the number of times you visit an ATM.
Identify where the ATMs are located for your bank and plan your route.
And if you have a credit card, use only what you can repay at the end of the month.
The chances are of you winning, based on the odds that I've seen, it's more than the population in Jamaica. So why are you taking that chance, hoping that you'll be the one in 2.5 million to win that money?
How about impulsive buying? I'm sure it catches all of us.
If you stop, walk away, take 5 minutes and think about it, you'll realize that you really don't need that item. And then if you think about the budget for the month, you'll recognize that that item was not on the list.
Shop around, compare prices, take advantage of discounts, but make sure you get value for money.
For instance, in a hire purchase, you might see something say 0 down, 36 months to pay. Sit down and do the math. Calculate what that 36 months will mean to your budget.
Then there's the issue of designer clothing. Most times the fabric is durable and it fits better, but
don't buy a suit for $50,000 if your salary is $20,000. Not because it's in and the designer is excellent. It has to be within reason, within your budget. Be reasonable about how you spend. Make sure it's a need. When you go to treat yourself, because you must treat yourself, there must be rewards. Make sure it's something that you will enjoy.
So being sensible in terms of using your money smartly isn't such a hard thing after all, don't it? We're not saying to be stingy because everything in society has a function. But remember, it's your money and your pocket, and you never know when a rainy day is on the horizon.
Hola, mi amo Taji. Let's have fun at school this year. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. And let's learn new words like building. B-U-I-L-D-I-N-G. And vegetable, yum yum. V-E-G-E-T-A-B-L-E. Adios, amigos.
Wriggle me this, wriggle me that. There's an African folktale character, a trickster, but at times he's regarded as a wise soul, filled with knowledge and lessons to take us through life. Who am I talking about? The incomparable Brer Anansi. Here's one of his stories.
Great Anansi is the king of our imagination.
Welcome to another week of School Zone. I'm Tamara. Now, everybody enjoys a good Anansi story. And this week we're joined by the Calabar Infant, Primary and Junior High School students along with their teachers telling us about Anansi and his story.
Anansi and him story by Louise Bennett. Once upon a time, Anansi was a past-war woman yard, and him see her grandpicnic out of the doorway. I read one story book, and Nancy go sit down push tank and Nancy and lick him up go warm. And Nancy make the rat yard, hear him to rat. Red a rat, me got bad news for you. Little ways me da pass push yard. Me hear push mama da tell him say that anytime me meet up with rat, him fi catch rat and eat rat, for rat and nice meat. Rat start take themselves from push and push start make up for rat. And it's what them mind so they for one another, that them never got time for teeth. One day, what old man said to Anansi, Nancy, me hear said that is you make puss a rat fall out, and me have to thank you. And Nancy said, is me yes, the two of them poor sharp in a storybook, and me can't go in there. John Nancy, that shouldn't worry you. Me will put you in a storybook. And Nancy say, how comes? The old man say, me and all the other old man them, what you help with puss and rat, go and tell your story to we grand picnic them at night time, and them won't forget it. And Nancy say, so every night me will come remember you something about Michelle fit talk. So every night when the old man them, I put them grand picnic to bed, and Nancy them on the wall or the ceiling, fi make them remember fi tell him story. When them sleepy, and Nancy tie up them face with him rope and wake them up. Them tell them picnic and Nancy story. The picnic tell somebody, that somebody tell and tell. So tell me and all that tell a Nancy story. Is a Nancy make it?
Jack Mandora.
We not choose none.
Greater Nancy is the king of our imagination.
Fever, rash, joint pain and red eyes. All common signs of the Zika virus or ZIKV. Symptoms are usually mild, lasting anywhere from a few days to a week. Jamaica has no Zika cases, but if it gets here, it would only be transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Don't give Zika a chance. Prevent the breeding of these pesky mosquitoes.
The use of oil, cooking oil, a little tip of cooking oil poured on the surface of the water, suffocates the larvae and prevents them hatching out. So persons can do that.
And that's it for Jamaica Magazine today. As you prepare for the weekend, be safe, slow down on the road, spend wisely, and keep an eye out for the children and our precious senior citizens. You may also want to catch up on useful information at jis.gov.jm or on our social media pages. And be sure to share your comments at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this has been Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for staying with us, and do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.